Yo, how we doing today, man? Um, good day. And the main thing I want to talk about is just some of the things I was feeling and thinking during the session today. That's made me want to reflect and talk about it on here because I know a lot of people deal with similar things. They might not even realize it, and it takes a while to really be okay with some of these thoughts and recognize that they're just negative thoughts, right? So today, I didn't take any trades. I'll show you guys here. Balance is the same as yesterday. We go here today. Today, we have no trades, and the account is locked out. Why did I lock the account out? Just to signify to myself that I'm done looking. I don't need to force anything. And then the other account here, balance is 0. I have them nicknamed 1 and 2. So this is just express account, the first one that we've been trading. This one we haven't been trading. So locked both of them out. I locked the second one out before the day even starts because I'm not planning on trading that right now. It's not my current plan. So I lock it out so I can't trade it. Something I highly suggest. It's very obvious, but it's something that you really should do if you don't want to trade multiple, because what happens if you hit your max loss here and then you're frustrated, you might go onto the other account and just start trading. And, if you don't want to do that, protect yourself, right? Same thing with this daily loss lockout. Before the day starts right here, I can't even change it, right? I can't change, oh my gosh, I'm down 100. Let me move my daily loss limit. You can't change it, right? So those are just two small things I do before every session. And I try and just tell myself, I'm only going to look for good setups. I'm only going to take a setup I really like. I'm only going to, all these things. I try and remind myself what I'm actually doing here. And I'm not here to just push buttons, get lucky, or make money, right? I'm here to get better, learn, improve, and take good setups. So, going into the day, if you follow me on Twitter at Diego B Trades, I posted that I wanted to see previous day high. Why did I want to see that? Well, it's these relative equal highs here. It looks too good to be true. And if we look on the daily time frame here, it is actually this daily high, which is this daily fair value gap right here, right? So I really want to see this at some point. But the reason I locked my account for a few reasons is because we have already delivered price good and I didn't get anything I really like to see. That doesn't mean price action was bad. That's the thing that people, I think, mess up a lot of times. They say, oh, price wasn't good. Price was very, very good today. It just wasn't suitable for me to take a trade. And that's the thing. You have to learn how to handle that because it comes with a lot of negative thoughts and emotions I went through today, and it comes with it, right? It comes with a lot of negativity in your mind because other people won today. That's just the fact of the matter. You might have lost today, maybe you won, maybe you didn't take a trade, but other people won and they made a lot of money today. I promise you. Every single day someone's making a lot of money, and it's annoying when it's not you, right? Yesterday I felt good because I had a winning trade, which is fine. Be excited, be happy when you win. But remember that, winning isn't trading. Trading isn't about winning. It's about doing the small things well. So today, one of the things I felt a lot of was just a lot of FOMO, and how to deal with it was just reminding myself, do I really see my model? Yes, I'm going to go over the chart real quick. I'm going to kind of go over the bias and whatnot, and real quick try to go over the day, and then I'm going to jump into the things I was feeling, thinking, that led me to get to the end result, which was not taking a trade today, which I think was the best result for me. Because, again, I'll go over my potential entries, and I'll kind of walk through why they weren't that good for me and why I didn't want to take them, even though they would have maybe worked. But coming into the day, again, I had the long bias, but I also was hesitant because, we weren't really displacing to the upside. But we did have SMT on the higher time frame. Right here we had SMT with this low, with ES. We also had, we started moving up overnight, and we had a clear target that we could sweep to go higher, which was Asia low. Pre-market right here. First little bit of FOMO I could have felt, right? I could have felt FOMO here because I saw this, and I was watching this play out, but I don't trade pre-market. So there, right away, I could tell myself I don't trade pre-market. There's no need for FOMO here. But there's a nice sweep of this high inside a bigger time frame imbalance, with all this low resistance liquidity below. We inverse on the 5-minute all of these gaps. You could have taken a trade here, and it would have worked. But again, I don't trade that. I don't look for that. I don't want to be in the market before the market opens because, it's just not part of my plan, right? This was a great trade. This was a great setup in here. This moved down, but I wasn't a part of it. And that doesn't really bother me as much as it might bother some people. I'm more so frustrated when it's actually during a session that I'm looking for. But I wanted to see higher potentially, but I wasn't going to marry that bias. So what was I looking at coming into the day? I noticed this new day opening gap right here, and I noticed Asia low. I wanted to see Asia low get triggered. As you can see, we put an SMT with Asia low. ES did not come down and get this low. We swept on NQ right at market open. This was 9:30 open, 5 minute, came down. And if we zoom in on the 1 minute, we came down right at market open, literally 9:30, dropped down, took out Asia low, straight back up, straight back down. Really, really weird price action. Right here is when I started getting a little bit hesitant. We get displacement higher into this 5 minute gap, this blue box right here, and we reject and we come down lower. We inverse this big move. We don't go any lower. And that's where the first impulse was to just get in a trade. And I was like, maybe I can just short this, right? And we can just go break even at this low. And we can catch something. But then I caught myself and I asked myself, is this actually a setup? And the answer is no. Although you have a, liquidity sweep here, and you have a 5 minute fair value gap, and you have a higher time frame liquidity sweep, and your higher time frame is bearish, and you have displacement lower, and you come back up to equilibrium, this move down, and you get an inversion, doesn't mean it's a setup, right? It doesn't mean that's a good quality. It's right at 942 in middle of nowhere during time. It's also just, after sweeping Asia low. So I didn't take the trade, and I was happy for it because it wasn't a good trade. It was just an impulsive feeling of, I want to get in the market. I want to try and make some money. So I didn't take the trade there. Another feeling you could have got, again, trading inverse fair value gaps, is you could have saw this and been like, oh my gosh, let me just long this, because if we're not going low, we're probably going to go higher. And this one would have worked. But again, it's not a good trade. And for me, maybe it fits your model perfectly, and then great, right? Then if this was your model, that's great. Then it's a great trade. But for me, it's not what I'm looking for. It's not what I'm looking for. But the FOMO and the money making side of me was like, if I can just get in here, probably will work out. Don't have to risk too much, but it's just not a good trade. So then you see it start working out. I wanted to see this high get taken, and then obviously higher. What did I recognize from ES is that we actually did take previous day's high. If we go here on the daily time frame, you can see this daily fair value gap, the daily high. The relative equal highs weren't as equal highs, but they were right here. So you can see that was a draw. So I was actually correct about the draw on liquidity, which doesn't really matter. It doesn't mean a whole lot. But it is, something to note that we were correct about the draw on liquidity. So this is also another reason for me to be done for the day, is because we took out the objective. So I know from many, many experiences that once that objective is taken on either asset, if the other one's not right behind trying to follow it, you need to be done for the day, because for me, again, everything in trading is on your own experience, what you like, what you want to see, what you know. It's not about anyone else's strategy, anyone else's opinion. You have to know different things that set you apart, because some people might be still looking for a trade, and that's fine. If it fits your plan, it fits your plan. That's all I'm trying to get at here, is how important and why I struggled at trading for so long and still sometimes struggle, is because it's very hard to just follow your plan. It's unique to you. It doesn't matter what anyone else is doing, what anyone else is saying, what anyone else is looking for, because you've spent the time. No one else has looked at the same chart the same way you have, right? They might look at the NQ every day, but they look at different things. They look at how candles print differently. They look at different levels differently. They look at things differently. You are the only one that has the experience that you have. And it sounds stupid, it sounds obvious, but you have to really understand that to really get anywhere with trading. You have to really understand that you're the only one that has looked at the market in the way that you look at it. We all look at it through a different lens. We might trade similar concepts. We might trade the same entry model. But knowing when and when not to trade is on you. You can't have your mentor tell you X, Y, Z. They can give you kind of points, right? I took from Justin the fact that when the objective's taken, that's probably going to be less likely to trade. I've had to learn it over and over on my own experience, right? But that doesn't mean that he can tell me exactly what the objective is all the time, or what I don't like to trade after, or the conditions of the price I don't like to trade in. I don't like to trade when I see stuff like this, when I see us inverse a big move, and then we instantly go up, and then we come up, and then at this time here at 9:45, ES had already taken this high. So we have an SMT here now, a bearish SMT, and I don't like when we come down, come back up, come all the way back down. We had news at 10, right here, we had a news candle, so I didn't want to go long before this gets taken out. But then we come down lower, right? Just a whole lot of chop. This, for me, is not very suitable, even though if I walk you through price, I can walk through price. Price action was good. It just didn't allow me what I wanted to see. And why do I say price was good? Well, again, we took out Asia low. We made an SMT, got displacement up, came back down. And then this is where I wanted to take a trade, but I didn't love the entry, right? I didn't love it. This, we put in an order block right here. We put in this order block right there. We put in the order block here and inverse this 5 minute. This could have been my long. I could have jumped into long, targeting a pretty much 1-to-1. I could have put my stop at that low, order block low, and targeted the high, right? Pretty much a 1-to-1. A little bit above a 1-to-1, but that could have been my stop. Maybe I could have had a little bit tighter. Who knows, right? This was the trade. This was the best entry in my opinion. But the reason I didn't love it and why I didn't personally take it is because we had a 15-minute right here that was untapped. Overall, where it looked pretty bearish, it could have rejected, and I didn't want to have to take this trade right here to just go break even at this high right here, the 15-minute gap. Not saying you have to, but I didn't want to be in a circumstance like that. Also, you could have entered whenever we made this order block right here. Whenever we closed, we inversed right here. We came down. You could have waited to see how it reacted here. We get an order block again right here. You could have jumped in, stopped like down here. And it would have worked. Again, it would have worked out, but I wasn't in love with the price action. It was right when the macro started, 950, opens right here, so the macro started. It didn't really juice us like crazy, but the macro pushes in the direction. Good time to get in the trade. This is a great trade. I just didn't take it. And honestly, it probably works out for the better because this would have been more than likely a break-even trade for me if I'm just looking at the chart objectively. Why do I say that? Well, because if this is our target, one, I'd want to go break even after this high gets taken out because it's a 15-minute gap. So that would already be a potential. If I didn't go break even there, it would have came back down, retested. It would have come up and reclaimed this high here, or not reclaimed. That's a technical term. We just went above the high, whatever you want to call it. We went back above the high. I probably would have gone break even there, which would have again caused me to get stopped out at break even. And then if I didn't go break even there and I went break even at this high, I would have been stopped at break even. So I probably would have been stopped at break even though the market made sense today. Also, we inversed this last 5-minute gap here that I really wanted to see. And we actually hold this inversion really strong. We had big wicks, right? We had a 44-point wick. We actually hold this inversion and we go and deliver to the high. That's why I say that the price action was actually very good today. It just didn't deliver in a way that was suitable for me. After this high has been taken, notice how price has been really hesitant, just like it's been early in the day. But this trade this is how the market delivered today. It just wasn't very smooth for my strategy. Again, I keep emphasizing my strategy, my viewpoint, my whatever. I'm sure that there was great trades today. I'm sure you guys took great trades today. I'm sure some of you guys took bad trades today. For me, it wasn't there. It just wasn't there, and I didn't want to accept that. I was wanting to take a trade here. I wanted to get into a setup here, right? This was an idea I had, was just long this fair value gap when it closed, inverse right here. Oh, okay, inverse fair value gap. Get in, put my stop here. It would have actually technically not been stopped, but I would have wanted my stop a little tighter because this is 47 points. I can literally only risk 50 points if I take 2 micros, so I wouldn't have got stopped, but it would have been very close, and I would have to hold and hold and hold and finally get it just for 25 points. Maybe I would have held to here. Who knows, right? I would have had to take something there and gone break even. But that being said, it's like I realized that this trade wasn't very good. Why was it not very good? Well, at this time, when this inverse happened, we made an SMT here. We hadn't closed above the 15-minute yet, and we had news at 10 o'clock. It wasn't going to be anything crazy, but I didn't want to get in here because we were just overextended, no pullback, and I knew we'd more than likely see a move lower. So all of those things in consideration, I didn't like this trade, so I held myself back from taking it. But I had the desire to just get in the market. I wanted to get in. I knew it was going to go higher, right? The word no, I've said before, is my least favorite word in trading, in terms of knowing. K-N-O-W. When you think you know something, that's when you could be in trouble, because you don't know anything in trading, right? You say, when people use the word, I knew it was going to go here, use ideas, you can use experience, right? I can say that I knew it was going to come here, but you don't know. So even though I can get in here and in hindsight went there, I can't ever say with 100% certainty that I knew it was going to happen. I can't stand when people say, I knew this was going to happen, I knew that was going to happen, or you should have known this was going to happen, because you don't know. You can only use the stuff that you've learned and experienced to build a higher than not chance that something will happen, right? That's why you take a trade, because you believe it has a higher chance to do something, but you never know. I want people to get away from the mindset of having to know. It's not that you lack confidence, it's just that you're a realist. You don't think that there's a master algorithm that controls price. If you take a trade, if you have all the confluences right with ICT, it doesn't make you invincible, because it's not a master algorithm. It's just a market that goes with people buying and selling, and banks buying and selling. It has nothing to do with your ideas, right? You create these ideas through logic and seeing something happen over and over. With intuition, you start developing a sense, right? So why am I so wanting to talk about today's session? Well, because that's why I fail currently and why I need to change to succeed, is being able to have days where I don't take a trade. You can hop on social media and you can see that, someone was, done trading before 9:30 today, or someone made a bunch of money in Asia or London session, or somebody made a lot of money during your session, or, you can see all these guys that maybe even trade similar to you, taking trades, making money, doing great, blah, blah, blah. And it can make you feel like, oh, how did I not see this? How did I not like this trade? What's wrong with me? Why didn't I take this setup? Why didn't I like this? Or why did I not see this one? Or do this? Or maybe I should wait and then maybe I can get another setup, a continuation, or blah, blah. And you just have to relax. You have to tell yourself it doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter what anyone else is doing. That's why that people say just not go on social media, because you're going to see something, and if you aren't able to handle it, it's going to make you feel some type of way. Because I'm sure if I go on social media, I see people and they're talking about the great trade they took, I'm going to be like, man, I could have taken that. And then if you still have your account, the trade today, you might go and force something, or maybe the next day force something, right? Because that feeling of missing out, even though I could read price well today, I could see, okay, well, we inversed here, we created order block, oh, that wasn't the problem. The problem wasn't picking a bias, picking a direction, figuring out where I could execute. The problem was that it just didn't present in a way that I felt comfortable taking a trade. And that is perfectly fine, because you don't have to get involved. These are days where you can get chopped up easily if you try and be too precise. These are days where you might not even make profit, even if you get a great setup, and then it could cause you to do some more dumb stuff because it ends up going to your target and you were in the trade and you didn't make money, so now you feel like you need to make money. These are the days where you have to be careful, because it's the days that cause you to fail as a trader. Everything in my body was telling me to just find an entry. And then I'm sitting on the 1 minute chart. I'm like, okay, do I want to take this inversion? No, I don't want to take this inversion. It wouldn't have technically worked, but if you got in here with the wide enough stop loss, it would have hit a target. But that's not what I'm trying to do here. That's not what you should be trying to do. And you have to figure out a way to be comfortable accepting days that you don't trade. And you guys obviously know this. It's nothing new. It's not like I'm the first one to make up not taking a trade during the day. But it really was a liberating feeling today when I finally made the decision, and I finally looked at myself, not physically, but mentally, and it was like, okay, I don't like what I see right now. It was around here where we were chopping like this. I still was confident we would maybe go higher. But I didn't like what I was seeing. I didn't like how the price was delivering. I didn't like how choppy we were here. I didn't like that ES was a lot higher up. I didn't like what I was seeing. Even though I had the right idea, I had a right bias, I had whatever, I could have made money, I felt really good about the fact that I didn't need to push a button, and I could just sit through the day and say, there's going to be another opportunity. There's going to be another day like yesterday. There's going to be another winning trade. There's going to be another opportunity tomorrow. And that understanding and that ability is something that I've been lacking a lot in my trading up to this point. I've done well with it at some points, but then some points I forget about it, and it feels like every single day I have to get in the market. I have to take a trade. I have to try something. And that gets so dangerous. It gets so dangerous because you no longer have an edge. If you get in every day then you're gonna get in on the days that whipsaw and the days that just barcode you. And then if you get in, there's gonna be days where you're just wrong and you're gonna take a good loss, and then you're gonna get the days where you win. So if you can't have any discretion of when you're not gonna trade and when you're gonna trade, and you're just trading every single day, you're going to get beat by the market's randomness, because it's going to level the playing field and you're going to probably lose. You just plain and simple, you're probably gonna lose. Again, not saying you can't trade every day if that's your strategy, blah blah blah. But for me, I need to get back to the point where I am just trading. I'm not worried about the money. I'm not worried about whatever missing, whatever. It's just is trading is as simple as, is your model there? Yes or no, right? If it's no, don't do anything. Do not do anything. You have nothing to do. If your model isn't there, does it look good? Is price moving the way you want based on your experience, based on your previous experience, based on stuff you've learned, heard, blah, blah, blah? Yes or no. If the answer is no, wait, don't do anything. It's that simple. But what can happen on a day like this is my model here? It's kind of here. You know what? We inversed the 5 minute here. We came back down. We inversed this low 1 minute here. We actually just closed above this right here. I'm just going to jump in along right here. I'm just going to jump in along here. Oh, because, we have a lot of confidence stacked. I'm confident we're going to go higher, and I'm just going to, I'll just put my stop at this order block low. Boom, you just take a 38-point loss on a day where it doesn't really even make sense for you to enter here, because this doesn't fit your model. This isn't how you trade, and you don't really have a good stop loss area to put it in. You're really close to the high that you're targeting. You're close to the break-even point. There's no real good risk reward, and you just take a paper cut loss, and maybe a gash. You take a loss that you never needed to take. Never needed to take. Those are the losses that kill you. Those are why my account for this month looks like this. This day, 17 trades, taking paper cut, taking trash, taking trash, taking trash. This day, taking trash, taking trash, taking trash. When you let the emotions, and that's just 2 of the days. We've had some good days where we lost, right? This was a day where we just lost and we just took 2 trades. It just didn't work, right? We had some days like this where we should have just not taken a trade that day, but we took trades. It wasn't horrible psychology. It wasn't horrible ideas, but it just wasn't really the best day to trade, right? So there's some losses, but these are the days that are avoided when you don't trade, because you don't have the impulse of, I have to get a trade. I need to try and either make $200 or hit the daily loss limit. And I've been in such a bad cycle this month of either losing 200 or making 200. Really, if you look at the days, I'm more likely to lose or make 200 than anything else. And right here alone, these 2 days of crashing out, I was up this day at one point, and I was up this day at one point, I believe. Maybe I wasn't up. Yeah, I was up at this day as well. So around $100 up at this point, around $100 as well. So that's a $300 swing and a $340 swing. That's $600 swing, right? And look at the month. We were down $600. We would be closer to even with just 2 days of being a little bit more in control. And that's all trading is, just small changes, small fix, small identifications. If I took this trade and it worked, it's still not a good trade, because it's not good probability. It's not something that, for me, will yield good results. And it's about beating that urge in your mind when you see something to say, hey, I'm going to take this. I need to take this. This is good enough. Good enough? What does that even mean? Good enough is the most useless idea that you can ever have in anything. A partner, a job, a trade, anything. If you ever catch yourself saying, good enough, maybe you need to try again, because good enough has never been good enough. So when you see a setup that's like, it's good enough, ask yourself, are you willing to lose on that setup? That's good enough, or, and you're probably not. You're probably not willing to lose. Again, notice how after the objective was taken, look at price action here. Another great reason why I'm not trading anymore today. But again, man, it's the small things in trading that are super, super, super hard to do. It's hard to have a day like this, but you know what? It's easier than taking a dumb loss or taking a $200 loss and having to give back everything I made yesterday. It's really important for me to start getting on a winning streak, not because I need, Not because I need to win, but because at some point in trading, you have to be on a winning streak to make money. Maybe not a direct winning streak, but a profitable swing, right? So there's a lot of pressure for me to try and take a trade because I want to get another win. I want to get another $200 day, and I want to get to these different spots to get discount out of drawdown, to get a payout, to start a new account. But that is not my focus today. That is not my focus when I enter the market this morning. I don't need to worry about getting this account out of drawdown, getting this account a payout, getting a new account, copy trading accounts, copy trading 5 accounts, starting another prop firm, copy trading across different prop firms. I don't need to worry about all those things that I want to do. You don't have to worry about all the things that you want to do. Just because you have a goal, you have a vision, you have something, you don't have to worry about that every single day. Just do the right things, focus on the habits that you're making and you're creating, and keep stacking them, keep getting 1% better each and every day, and come back as a unit, as a monster, as whatever you want to call it. And you'll get to those points. I'll be copy trading 5 accounts in due time. I'll be, getting payouts in the right time. If I focus on getting a payout today, I'm going to take a trade today, and I probably would have lost, even though my ideas were right. And not saying that losses are this big bad thing that you have to avoid at all costs and you can never lose, but pick and choose when you lose. Pick and choose how you feel when you enter a trade. Pick and choose the right times to say, I'm willing to lose. If it's a loss because the trade setup was good enough, then you should have never been in it. Because you shouldn't be taking, when people say, oh, this is my A plus setup, this is my B plus setup, why would you ever take a B plus setup? If you're taking a trade and it's your B plus or your C model, why are you taking it? That's why I think that there's so much bad in the trading space, because there is no A plus model. It's just your model, right? A model isn't mechanical. Yeah, we have a liquidity sweep right here. And then we have a 5-minute fair value gap, and it works out, yes, but it's not an A plus model. It's just a model, and you have to use discretion to know when and when not to use your model. It's a tool. It's not a one size fits all. Trading is not one size fits all. That's why people don't just make millions of dollars after watching one video, is because you have to have that discretion. You have to have that nuance to yourself that only comes with failing and trying and trying and trying. So don't be afraid to lose, even though I came into today with the idea in my head that was like, man, I really hope I don't lose. I hope I don't lose. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared to lose. But the reality is I didn't want to lose. I didn't want to lose today. I didn't want to take a loss and lose $200 because that would be frustrating. But what I really didn't want to do was take a trade that was just, it looks all right, and then lose. If I took a great trade and lost, it would be annoying. But at least I can look at myself and say, hey, I took a great trade that lost. But if you take a setup that was and you take a little paper cut, minus 50 here, you're more likely to take another trade because now you're minus 50. And who wants to be minus 50? Nobody, right? So you take another one. Now I'm down 150. Oh, I only have $50 more left. Let me just try and get a little quick scalp here, and then maybe make a little bit. But then it keeps going. You try and get back in. And now you lose, and now you're down 200 on the day. It's happened so many times. Happens over and over and over. Now you're down 200 on a day where you just should have never been in the marketplace. And now you're down $200. You gave up yesterday's profits. You're down more in the month. You're going to lose the account. And that's the cycle I've been in for too long because I can't make emotionless decisions when I'm trading, which is, do I see what I want? Yes or no? And then when the answer is yes, that's when you bring in all your skill of trading. But if the answer is no, that's almost the harder part of trading, because it's very easy when you say yes, oh, this is it. Okay, then what do? Okay, you just click a button and you let it go. But if you catch yourself trading when the answer is no, do I see what I want to see here? Because you know what you want to see. If you've been doing it for long enough, maybe when you're first starting you don't know. That's perfectly fine. But when you've been doing it for a long enough time, like I've been doing it for a year and a half, I know what I'm looking for. I know when it's good or not good. I know the ideal conditions for myself. I know when I'm forcing things, when I'm not forcing things. So when I answer that question, do I see what I want to? And I say no, and I'm still in the marketplace, that's where it gets hard. Because now you're not trading with rules, logic, sound emotion. you're just in the marketplace. That's when you become a gambler. That's when you become a opportunist, where you become hopeful, where you find yourself hoping for it to just go up. There's no reason for it to follow your targets, but you're just hoping. You're just throwing a lob out there. And you can find yourself in that situation all the time because it's super easy. When you answer that question, the only important question in trading is, do I see what I want to see? Yes or no? And if you say no and you're in the marketplace, then that's an unfortunate position to be in, that I haven't been able to not put myself in consistently. Sometimes I don't, and then sometimes I do. And I need to get to the point where I'm consistently not ever putting myself in a position to fail. Why do we constantly put ourselves in positions to fail? That is something that you have to really do a deep reflection and really, really focus on every single day you come into market. I am not going to put myself in position to fail anymore. I'm not going to put myself in a position to, spiral. I'm not going to put myself in these positions, because if you can just not get yourself in that spot, you won't ever have to experience it. If I don't take horrible setups trying to just make a quick buck or trying to go break even real quick, then I won't have to deal with the aftermath, right? That's what I want to talk about today. I hope it made sense, because I'm not really sure if I really explained it very well. But yeah, it's hard. It's hard not to take a trade because I'm down on the account. I want to make the money back. I want to get $200 days. I want to get payout, and then I want to get my another funded account, and then I want to start copy trading, and then I want to get multiple payouts, and then I want to have 10K months, and then I want to have a 50K month, and then I want to copy trade across multiple prop firms, and then I want all these things, right? And it feels like today I didn't get closer to those things, when in reality I did. I got a lot closer than I would have gotten forced in setup, because although I want all those things, they are all right behind making good decisions, stacking good decisions, because you can't outrun bad habits. You just can't. Eventually it will all come crashing down. You'll lose everything. You can't outrun the bad. You can only build on good. And that's the important piece. That's the important piece, is just don't worry about all the things you want 10 years down the line, or what you want to be doing with your trading, or where you want to be as a trader. Control the controllables. Control the controllables. Control the controllables. Do what you can control, and you can only control yourself. It's you in the market. It's not you in your funded account. It's not you in your copy trading accounts. It's not you in your payouts. It's you and the opportunity you're given in the market. So again, I hope I explained it well. I hope you guys found some value in that. Yeah, man, good day overall. Great day. Just another great day. Back-to-back great days. Really good week so far, obviously. 2 great days and a day off. Can't complain, right? Cannot complain. So, Madrid play today at 3:30. That'll be an exciting game. Semi-final. The Barca Atletico game was crazy. If you guys saw that game yesterday. Follow me on Twitter, Diego B Trades. I have no motion on there. I have 0 motion on there. I have some of y'all boys. I really appreciate the ones that have already gone and follow me there. Yeah, but I have no motion on there. I post on there, and it's like crickets, like you hear nothing, right? But yeah, make sure to subscribe if you made it this far. That's pretty amazing. We've been averaging over 2,000 views, which is insane. The last 10 videos. I don't know when that will stop, if it will stop, but. Have some really good videos I want to make coming up soon. Obviously, the rest of the week, the next 2 days are just going to be normal videos, but I think this weekend I might post 2 videos. So I'm really excited. I have some stuff I want to talk about. As you guys know, I love to talk. I love to just talk. But I really have some stuff I want to make some videos on that are going to be trading, obviously, but a little bit different variation. So enough. I feel like a teacher at the end of a lecture, man, but appreciate y'all boys and hopefully some fine women that follow me. Maybe there's 1 or 2 of you guys, but appreciate you guys for watching the videos, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Peace.